So you want to live in one of the greatest cities in the world. Good choice, but let's talk about it.
Moving to Tokyo is a great idea for those people who really want to try a fast-paced life, something new, or just want to get out of their country for a bit. The city is constantly evolving. You can go out every weekend and find something new. It's great. But let's talk about it. I've been living in Japan for a year, and I'm going to give you the advice I wish someone gave me before I moved here. Tokyo is the most expensive city in Japan, but actually it's not that expensive compared to other cities in the US and Canada. In Canada, the average apartment is somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 just for a one-bedroom apartment. In Japan, if we're going by US dollars, it's around $600 for your own one-bedroom apartment in Tokyo. There's different ways to come to Japan, whether it's a working visa, a working holiday visa, a student visa, or even a spouse visa if you married your way here. When you're looking to move to Tokyo, there's a couple things you need to keep in mind. First off is where you're going to live. Tokyo has 23 different wards, 23 areas around Tokyo. All the trains are going towards the center. So it makes it really easy to get to the center of Tokyo, but it's kind of difficult to go up and down, if that makes sense. So when you're choosing a place to live, you want to choose somewhere close to your work or close to your school, at least close to the JR Yamanote line, which is the big green circle line that kind of goes around the main city of Tokyo. Looking for housing is incredibly hard in Japan, and odds are you're going to start in a share house, which isn't really a bad thing. I've been living in a share house for a year. It's a good way to make friends, go on adventures, meet new people, learn new languages. Overall, it's a good thing. But eventually you're going to want to move on your own. And you want to build a support base of people around you, Japanese people that can help you get a place. So my recommendation is before you go and choose a house or choose a share house or do any of that, I would recommend at least doing a few weeks to a month with a host family actually. There's many host families around Japan that want their kids to speak English and want them to meet native English speakers. So it's kind of a win-win. You get to be with a Japanese family. They will help introduce you to Japan. They'll help you get settled here. And then just you get to play with their kids. You get to speak English around them. And everyone's happy.
どうですか? Netflix live action.
Kame-chan family. Very good.
We are Kame-chan family.
Yeah.
So that was my host family in Kumamoto, and I was lucky enough that this family does speak English. But speaking of speaking English, many families in Japan don't speak English. Most people, it might come as a surprise, do not speak English here. Many Japanese people, families, businesses, doctors, dentists, whatever you want to say, they don't speak even basic English. They're just gonna go, すみません、英語話せない、ごめん. And that was kind of a big shock moving here. Is like they don't even know basic English phrases, which means there's going to be a language barrier, which means you need to learn basic Japanese before moving here. Before you even think of moving here, learn phrases to get around. Learn how to say the positives and negatives of things. Learn how to ask for directions. Learn how to convey some feelings like happy, sad, angry. Learn the days of the week. You're going to need all of these. So whether you're starting your trip to Japan or you're about to move here, something you're also going to need is a job. Typically, if you're from a native English country, Canada, America, Ireland, UK, Australia, New Zealand, these types of countries where you're a native English speaker, you have an advantage because many English jobs are available. But many of these English jobs are low salary, high intensity, long hours working. So it's a good place to start, but you'll probably want to change careers eventually. And to do that, you'll need to up your Japanese or have a specific set of skills. Or another option you can do is private tutoring. If you're good at a specific subject, like let's say you know English and science, something like that. English and math, English and science, English and something. Then you have a great option to be a private tutor and get your set of students, and you can charge much higher. This is a great way to make an income. Other things you can do is try to start something on social media, like a YouTube channel to get an extra bit of income, which you need to subscribe to mine so that I can survive here. Thanks. So speaking of work culture, Japan's work culture is totally different from the West. Generally speaking, you're going to be working 9 to 10 hours a day, and it's going to be tiring, but it's rewarding in a sense that businesses here treat you more like a family. You're not just another employee. In Canada, you do your 8 hours, you go home, you don't even think about work again. But here, it's like the boss has taken you in and made you part of their family. I've worked at 2 different companies here and 3 as a freelance, and all of them, they treat you like you're part of the family once you join. So while you're working longer hours for less money, there is kind of a payoff in that you're going to do things together, you're going to go for dinner together, drinks together, you're going to travel together. These are all perks of working in Japan. Let's talk about Tokyo for a bit, because Tokyo is a pretty busy place. Get ready for rush hour. If you're going to school or work, the train at like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. is going to be packed. Oh my God. You're going to be surrounded by people and pushed up against the wall and just have all these people sneezing and coughing on you, and you're going to feel completely alone at the same time because everyone's got their headphones in, everyone's watching something on their phone, everyone's doing their own thing, and you can't even communicate with them. So be ready for that. So another thing is being lonely. This is a common trend in Japan. Many people go to social events or bars and meet other English speakers just because there is a language barrier between us and Japanese people. So my recommendation is, of course, a host family. A share house is a good one because they'll have share house parties where you can meet and interact with people. Meetup events, language exchange parties, and just events around Tokyo. These like 5 things are really how I made my friends in Japan. Last one is probably mental health and coping mechanisms. Because you're moving abroad, you're probably going to get homesick and feel lonely and feel sad at times. You're going to feel stress from cultural misunderstandings and daily frustrations. And there is support groups. There's Facebook groups, there's Tokyo groups that are all for foreigners to help feel welcome to Japan. Japan is a friendly place filled with nice people, a good system, and overall a daily happy life. You just have to get used to it. The first few months are going to be tough, but you can do it. Ganbare. So let me offer you some practical advice here at the end. Make sure to like this video just to help my channel grow. But try a host family. It will change your life. It'll make you appreciate Japan a lot more. Start learning Japanese months before coming here. Months. Years. And not just Duolingo. Hold on, that was my biggest mistake. Wait. I did 2 years on Duolingo. 2 years. And then I sat down and I couldn't even write hiragana, the basic Japanese alphabet. Duolingo, not the greatest tool. You need to sit down, write the alphabet. You need to speak with native Japanese speakers. You need to practice. You need to take lessons. You need to make it part of your daily routine. In terms of neighborhoods in Tokyo, Shinjuku and Shibuya are obviously the most foreigner friendly. There's foreigners everywhere. But if you want to be somewhere like fun, interesting, and a little bit away from the city, there's some good options as well. It depends on how far you want to travel for work and how close you want to be to like the main city. I prefer suburban areas, so I'm on the Seibu-Shinjuku line. But I personally recommend the Chuo line. So you've got Kichijoji, Nakano, and Koenji. Those are my 3 recommendations for anyone moving here looking for a place to live. These 3 areas have a mix of nature, foreigners, local Japanese, and tons of things to do. The Chuo line is great, so definitely check that one out. Thanks for watching that video. I'm Cameron, this is Cameron Explores. I hope you have a good life in Japan. I hope you can make it work here. Please subscribe. If you see me walking around Tokyo, please say hi. Let's connect. All right, I'll see you next time.